Hello and welcome. Today we're speaking with Alanna Starr Shimel, a contributing writer in the Infinite Cosmic Records Doorways to Healing and Remembering book, which has just released in paperback now. Welcome, Alanna.
Hi, Rada.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm really excited for Maya and for Rada Publishing that this book is out in paperback. Finally.
Yeah, so exciting. I mean, this is a beautiful book with incredible contributing writers from all over. And I would love to hear from you a little bit about your chapter and your experience.
Well, my chapter, um, well, first of all, I already knew how wonderful Maya was from interviewing her for Awakening Star Seeds before. And I was very impressed with her work and Lumerian code healing. And I mean, she's just very got this very soothing voice. And so she offered to give me one of her sessions, I was definitely excited. I was like, I'm sure I can use getting into my Akashic records, and I'm always looking for ways to dive deeper and to get to know myself and heal even deeper. And it was a really beautiful experience that I got to have with her. I did experience some blockages because I just had the baby, and I I felt like I couldn't really visualize, and it was frustrating. But she helped me like to release and just, her tune in to myself, and what came forward was pretty cool.
Oh, that's so beautiful. We'd love to know about you. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Well, I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist. I'm a researcher and writer. I study all things goddess wisdom, Sophianic wisdom. I study astrology, human design, gene keys. I'm just basically a metaphysical and occult lover. Like and my heart and soul just is attracted to that. So, um, but I'm multifaceted, but I'm a mother first and foremost. I stay at home with my 2-year-old, and that is a big job in itself. But when I'm not with him, I do art. I make dried flower art and I write. So in the future, you see a lot more books that
Yeah.
I'll be coming out with myself. But I did have a hand in co-authoring your book, Pillars of Light, Goddess Activations, and then Infinite Cosmic Records, The Sacred Doorways to Healing and Remembering.
So exciting. I feel like you're getting like revved up on your journey. You're already a multi-published author. We'd love to hear from you. Like, how would you describe Infinite Cosmic Records from someone that's not even familiar with this stuff at all, you know?
Sure. So, because I am actually certified as a past life regression specialist myself, although I'm not a generational shaman like Maya is, I already had a grasp of the value of going into that space of your subconscious and the Akashic records. So I think you asked my experience, right, or what it was like.
Yeah.
Um, so
Or
yeah,
how would you describe it? Because like some people
right.
have never heard of it and it's one of those things. What is?
Sure. Well, I did this session 2 years ago. It's almost 2 years ago. So, um, I actually reread my chapter recently when the Kindle version was published, and I was really impressed with how Maya put in how she experienced it too in the beginning and what the lessons were from that. And for me, it was about like just trusting what comes through because I feel like I held back a little bit because I was like, no, that's not what I'm seeing. That's not what it is. And even though I know I've been trained in
Mhm.
that field, I still was kind of like arguing in my head with what, because when you do past life and when you do Akashic records like she was doing, it's a lot of speaking versus hypnosis where you're quiet and just taking it in subconsciously, but you have to speak here.
Mhm.
And so when I went back and I listened to it, it was like I could tell I was holding back, but towards the end, I came forth a little bit more. But I saw a lot of things and I received a lot of messages. It was very like Piscean, Neptunian feeling. It was like water. I remember being in water and just, um, yeah, there's just feeling of just like almost like denying what you're seeing, but that's the whole key is actually trusting what comes up and what you see. So she was, very soothing and yeah, so it
That's
was a very good experience.
that's incredible. So did you have like an intention about what you wanted before you came into the records?
Yes, my it was really personal gnosis. That's the chapter, what it's called, and I'm always looking for ways to know myself more. Um, Maybe some people would think that that's like narcissistic or selfish, but not in my, I really believe that there's many tools and modalities such as hers to be able to know ourselves. So
Mm-hmm.
gnosis was my one of my biggest like reasons. I want to know about my reincarnation and I want to know about the wisdom with that and um, self-awareness and how that relates to creation in general, where I'm going and where I'm coming from. So that was one tool that got me a little bit closer to knowing more about myself.
I mean, that's definitely not narcissistic. I think that it's so important in this day and age that we all jump in and learn about ourselves through many modalities. So it's so cool. And I love your title. That is such a good title.
Think it was personal gnosis, if I recall correctly. Yeah, it was just like diving into the sacred and what ways can we dive into our sacredness. And these things are very personal. That's
Mhm.
why I called it personal gnosis because, you know, because gnosis in general is that path of the mystery, the great mysteries.
Yeah.
We each have our own great mysteries and our own great work that connects to the whole greater picture. So it's work.
Yeah, it is work. I mean, going into the records, it's work. You have to be open to exploring, and a lot of stuff can come up. Um, could you just give us a little bit of a sneak peek into your story? You don't have to share the whole thing, but give us kind of like a lead in.
Yeah, okay, so actually, I like that Maya in the way she broke the book down. She did each book, I mean, each chapter that each client she worked with was about every door that you enter. Because when you're doing a form of past life, you kind of enter doorways, which is why it's called sacred doorways.
Mhm.
Go backwards and you enter these different doorways, and each one took me to a different place. They were like different doors. And yeah, I remember connecting with an octopus. Like I remember writing about the octopus um and yeah, actually my biggest thing I got from it was how I'm really connected to light language and how I've been really fearful even now, even though I wrote about how I swore to myself that I was going to share more of it, which I have not. But the light language was very powerful. It came through
Wow.
and it spoke to me in the light language and that was really powerful. So yeah, I can't remember like everything that I wrote about, but because it
That's
was,
so
you know,
beautiful.
it was
I love light language. I think that's actually really cool that it came up in the session. I think that's part of the remembering process because that's already part of who you are. So by going, that's why I like the doorways to healing and remembering because it really is about you going in and not you, just you, but everyone, all of us, kind of like remembering certain aspects of ourselves. At least that was my experience too. Sometimes we have long forgotten gifts, and light language is very ancient, you know?
it
It's so
is.
beautiful. I'm excited for you to share that more.
Yeah, and trying to like because I'm trying to like remember more
Mhm.
about what my chapter was.
Mhm.
You know,
Absolutely.
it did have a lot to do with blockages, feeling blocked
Mhm.
and feeling like, oh, well, I'm a hypnotherapist. I'm a past life regression specialist. I should be able to go deeper right now. And it's like this mind, the mind that wants to keep chattering and trying to be in control when it's really about letting go and
Mhm.
just remembering the deep, ancient, deep, 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 which I think this is why water came through at the end, where I was like immersed in water.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. Yeah, it is very hard to let go because in our day and age, we're always having to sort of, take initiatives, be in control of like what we need to do, our task. It's just how the Western mind is created like that. And of course, you and I have talked about archons before so many times. And so, it's all that, but yeah, letting go can always be challenging, and sometimes I think that's where we should go, like doing work like infinite cosmic records or hypnosis. These things are beautiful. These are tools and gifts, and there are many tools and gifts. But for anyone who might be interested in trying this session out, what would you say to people, about working with Maya?
I would say don't expect anything.
Mhm.
Don't expect to see anything. Don't try to see anything. Just let go and relax and let
Allow.
Maya's magic take place, really tune in and relax and answer authentically. Like the first thing that comes up, don't think, oh, that's dumb or that's not it.
Mhm.
Because your rational mind is trying to tell you things that your subconscious mind is, because if you think about how the subconscious mind and the conscious mind work, we have like the symbol of the iceberg, right? You have the subconscious that's immersed underwater in the ice and it's not really seen, and we can only access it through people that can take us there, that can go through our subconscious mind. And there's things in there that you might not recognize
Hmm.
later that comes up. So it's like now it will make sense later. Oh, okay, now I see why it showed me the water or the octopus, because I at the end I told Maya that I almost didn't want to share that I saw the octopus because I thought the octopus was a negative symbol. And she assured me after that the octopus is actually an ancient, very, I mean, they're very intelligent creatures. And ever since then, and then I watched that octopus
Yeah.
documentary, My Teacher Octopus,
Oh,
and I think it was called something like that. And
yes. That's such a good movie. It gave me a totally different perspective on the octopus too, that it's such a sacred, sacred being.
yeah,
Wow.
they're so intelligent and they can get through all kinds of things. And so yeah, it taught me that medicine was there to teach me something. So I then went on to just research octopus medicine and the wisdom of that. And yeah, there's medicine in all of it. So just trust and enjoy the process.
Beautiful. Well, I can't wait for everyone to read your chapter. The book is out now in paperback, so I will leave the link below along with Alanna's information in case you want to connect with her as well. Thank you so much for joining us, Alanna, and until next time, bye for now.
Everybody.